Welcome everybody to another episode of the Vibration Podcast. It's your boy EJ, aka Dos Hendricks, and we have a very special guest today. For the past couple of years, there has been an uprising in the scene of OnlyFans, webcamming, freemium snaps, and who other than to have on the show than Miss AJ Stunna. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
You know me, another day, another dollar.
Another dollar.
Fix that
Ooh.
for you.
Oh.
Let me go ahead and fix that for you. There we go. All right. We're good. Still rolling. Yep. Shaun will edit that out.
Okay.
So tell me, how's life going? How's the OnlyFans going? How's the camming going? How's quarantine life going?
You know, there hasn't been a huge change in quarantine. It's a business from your bedroom, and being stuck inside just doesn't change that much.
I'm about to say, so you damn near used to just staying in the house, making a little money from the bedroom.
I don't really like nobody, so no.
Ooh. She might be sending some shots to a couple of y'all niggas out there, so
I mean,
y'all better watch out now. Okay. But no, so
this be.
It keeps falling down.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, I think I got it now. This I will stay now.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, so back on the discussion. So making money through webcamming at the age of 18 through your bedroom. You know, I'm sure you've had a long journey, a long, difficult road to get where you at right now. So, walk me through, interesting road. So, walk me through just everything you've been through and how you just got started in the camming world. What made you want to go and pursue that?
Well, I was 18 when I started, and I was in college. I was at the U, and I was really unhappy with my situation, and you could say I was depressed, and my mental health was just not good, and I couldn't figure out why. And I was living with a bunch of roommates, and I just didn't get along with anybody around me. And I was like, I need to change something up. And I realized that school maybe wasn't for me, and that itself was a big realization, because I was always good at school.
Right.
And I always had pressure on me, to go and this was the way you were going to make it out, to get your degree and then start a 9-to-5 job. That was the way for me. Finish that and you were going to be this good citizen, and I didn't know anything different until, one of my friends had told me that she had started camming at night. And I had started talking to her a little bit more about it, and it's kind of funny because the way a lot of girls start camming is you actually buy in. It's kind of like trapping.
Hold on. So you have to buy your way in to make a video?
No. There's different ways to do it, because you can start your own account and, start from the bottom, or if you maybe want to hop in on a girl who already has some views and, get your name out there.
So make a collab video.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You can, if there's different ways. Some girls charge a night fee, which is you can pay a fee and then work with them for the night.
Yeah.
Or a collab fee, or and then sometimes if they're your friends, they'll give you a profit of that night. And so I just started doing that a little bit more. I would buy into these nights, and I would meet these girls, and it just was something that I liked, and I liked the idea of making my own money on my own terms and doing whatever I wanted. Some girls would it would be a strip club, or some girls would take off more and, literally go into their own rooms and start, just doing whatever. And it became, something that I would do more and more. And by the end of my sophomore year of college, I was like, this is something I want to pursue more seriously. Yeah,
this is the type of shit we gotta get going, because it's bringing in the income.
The bread, yeah.
It's bringing in the bread. So I already told you I had to address the elephant in the room. Let me look at my laptop real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let y'all know what she said on the application, all right?
Who me?
No, the nigga behind you. So she went on and said, very, very descriptive answer. I love it. Shaking this big body, double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, booty for the tricks. I need a translation, please. Go ahead and run that down.
Well, what question did I answer that for?
You put that under the hobby section.
Oh, my hobbies.
So I guess that would have been your hobby, which would correlate to the
Well,
OnlyFans.
I always say that if you're gonna be successful camming or OnlyFans, it's a lifestyle. You gotta make that shit a lifestyle. And so it's become a hobby of mine to shake
that ass. Shake that ass.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like, a lot of people don't realize that camming is really similar to a strip club in the sense in you shaking that ass, that money coming in.
Oh, I'm about to
It's
say.
not raining down, but it's coming in.
So, like, when you go and do your shows throughout the week, how many shows do you do, like, throughout the week?
So I usually have a monetary goal for my monthly, and so I'll split that up. I'll, like, start out the month saying, okay, I need to do this many times a week to hit the goal for this week. So usually it breaks out to, like, 3 or 4 times a week.
Right.
If it's good nights.
And so, I don't know if you're allowed to do this, but go ahead and walk me through, like, so when you're doing your show, like, when you're going throughout the show,
Right.
Obviously, like, there's people in the chat room.
Right.
And, like, walk me through the process, like, how do you begin and then how do you finish? And then, like, the in-betweens, like, do, like, men, like, ask you to do stuff and then
Right.
you just do it for, like, a tip or something? Or, like, I don't really know how that goes, to be honest with you, so.
Right. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. And for people who don't know, I am a live cam model, which is a little bit different than, like, OnlyFans, where you can upload videos or something like that. It's where I go on and do live shows.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have grown to have an audience on there where I can say, okay, I'm coming on at this time, this night, and I will then go on live. And it's kind of like someone who's live on Instagram or on Facebook. They wait a couple minutes for, like, people to enter the chat room. And the way I like to do it is there's a fee to get in, but it's a low fee because I have a tip menu,
Mm-hmm.
which is where basically if, like, my tips reach $100, it says that I will do this. And if my tips reach $500, it says I will do this. And if
Jesus.
my tips reach $800, I will do
What?
this. So there's different ways to do it. Like, a girl could have a big entry fee and no tip menu and just, like, do whatever she wants, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it really depends on your audience and getting to know your audience. But however I started, I'll just, greet everyone. They can message me in the chat room. And how I end it, usually I usually start around midnight and I'll go until, like, 3 or 4 in the morning.
So hold on, so you just, like, on the camera just shaking your ass till, like, 3 in the morning?
Well, it depends. A lot of people, like, a reason they like chat rooms and stuff is because you can have that connection. You don't necessarily have to be going crazy 24/7. Like, sometimes I will take a break and just chat with people, and money, like, will still be coming in, or, like, you don't have to be going crazy 24/7. But yeah, it's just like working in a strip club. Like, you have your time on, and then.
So do you have, like, your regulars that really follow you, like, follow your every single move and come on when you start your live show?
Yeah, so I use my Snapchat. I have, like, a private story where I'll announce, like, when I'm going on, and then I have regulars who are on there almost every time I'm on there, which is a great thing that the more time that you do camming, the more regulars that you will have, or the more relationships that you'll form. But also, if the more views you get, you can be on the homepage of, I use Chatterbait. You can be on the homepage of the website, and then people can just click on your cam and get, like, a preview, and then they can enter if they choose to.
A preview of the chat? So is that, like, a time limit where you can watch the preview?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's, like, maybe, like, 30 seconds of, like, this to see if you want to go in the
Yeah,
chat
it'll
room?
be, like, a 30 seconds of live. And, like, I am someone who, a lot of times I will just be on there, like, shaking ass, going crazy, but other times, like, it will be more X-rated, like, if it's a night that I want to earn more money. But it's always solo. Like, I don't do anything live with other people just because I like to be in control of, like...
Hey, like, it's your show.
Yeah.
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 I was going to say, wow, that's actually insane. Because you just telling me that you can literally make money just off of conversations with people because they love your content so much. Like,
they love you. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to say, so a couple questions. What is your audience range? What do they tell you, like, do they tell you their age, where they're from, their actual name, like, what kind of men? I can only imagine. I can only imagine what kind of men are on this hoe, but, like, what kind of men are on there?
Yeah, so with live cam, I would definitely say that it's a little bit older of a demographic than like OnlyFans. Um, I always make a joke like when I'm trying to explain what I do for a living. It's like old white men hiding from their wives.
No.
No, but okay, I don't mean to like, but like a lot of times that is the case. It's like it's older men, which means more money, girls. But yeah, I mean that's just like knowing your market. So I would definitely say that. I usually I know them by their username or like a nickname. I won't know like any real details about them. Audience to sell for, because I see a lot of females who have the drive, are not scared to start it, would make great content, but are trying to sell to the wrong people, are trying to sell to people our age who are kind of like the haters of OnlyFans. They're like, why would I ever pay for porn? Why would I?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the amount of times like I've literally heard like, what's the point of buying this girl's OnlyFans when porn is free? When you hear that, is there something in your head like it's specific content that you want? Because you don't always get the specific content you want on Pornhub. Like you might have to just settle for less one day. But there's always going to be that one girl that you find that's just like, oh my God, she's so bad. Like I wonder what she looks like naked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, as far as that goes, how do you go about bringing your audience to you? How do you go and get on your Nick Saban college football recruiting?
So I really think an important part is to realize that a lot of people in your direct age group or around in your circle aren't going to be the ones who are going to buy content. And to realize that when people say, oh my God, I would never buy porn. Oh my God, what? It's just because OnlyFans isn't marketed towards them.
Yeah.
The people who you see on OnlyFans with 200,000 fans or whatever, it isn't 20-year-olds buying their OnlyFans, you know? It's all about being able to step outside of your circle and being able to market to people who are on OnlyFans and spending their money, and people who wouldn't say that. So I'm never offended I'm annoyed when people would say, oh my God, I would never pay for pussy, because I'm like, wait till you're 40. But I always tell my females, like, you have to market to the right audience. Otherwise, you're going to sit there and not make any money and be frustrated at yourself, because all you're going to get is all these guys wanting to get on there for free.
And do you think, is there a way to make it so people can get it for free, like specific people, or does everyone have to buy it?
You can have like a free subscription. And I know a lot of big names on OnlyFans who do that will start off with a free subscription to get their numbers up. And then once their numbers are high, they'll swipe in and get you with that $10 a month.
Ooh, that $10. I feel like, I wonder what goes on through dudes' heads when they that OnlyFans $10 a month gets out their account. I wonder how they feel. I wonder how they feel personally.
You need to have a credit card, I believe.
No, you gotta have a credit debit card to get it. But like I'm saying, like looking through your search history, your transaction history, and you see OnlyFans $10.75 gone. And I just wonder what they think about it. I feel like men like low key feel shitty inside, but at the same time like, damn, she look good though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this sacrifice.
So I always tell people who come to me asking about like, how do I start my OnlyFans? How do I get out there? There's tons of groups on like Instagram or like hashtags on Instagram that you can tag your pictures with, and people will check those and like go through on looking for OnlyFans models. Like the people who are looking to pay for accounts will look at those tags, and then they can come across your profile, and if they like you, then they can go to your OnlyFans. There's groups on Facebook, there's Snapchat, there's...
Really?
Yeah, you just have to get out of the mindset that these drug dealers and rappers are going to buy your OnlyFans, because they not.
Wow.
They not.
Wow. I didn't know there was like different groups you can go to try and get your name out there. I thought you literally just make one, and I feel
for the best.
I feel like some women are low key a little bit afraid to step out there admit that they have an OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. And I was definitely there. Like, I feel like it's definitely a process of becoming secure in yourself, and that definitely comes when you start making money.
So when they jokingly be like, "Oh, I'm finna do porn," like when women jokingly say like, "Oh, I'm finna do porn, I'm finna do OnlyFans," like I feel like it's not really a joke. It's like 50-50 not joking and 50-50
Like they
joking.
would,
Like they
yeah.
would if the bread was like promised to come, but they wouldn't because they feel morally obligated. Like, oh, this is me. This is like I'm not about to step out my comfort zone and do this because I feel like people think they're just gonna get judged and slain and just crucified for saying it. But someone like you, like you're out in the open about it. You don't care. Like you don't care about what anybody says to you as far as it goes. You don't care. Like, you just don't care. You just do it freely. Like, where does that confidence come from?
I don't care, but at the same time, I'm someone who likes to keep my business and my personal life separate. And that's one reason why I have chosen live camming as my main source of income rather than an OnlyFans. And I'll put more of my attention and marketing and time into my live cam is because I can keep that more separate from my social media, from my family, from my friend group, and it isn't whenever someone visits my profile, they see a link. And that's just, I look up to females who really feel like they don't give a fuck and they will do that.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like they're the ones who should really be credited with like not giving a fuck and having all that confidence. But I don't know. I think when you see it as the reason females get slut shamed and torn down is because of it's this society. We live in a patriarchal society, and it's the morals we were grown up with. Like, nobody wants a hoe. Nobody wants their girlfriend to be showing off their tits to the next guy.
Right.
Everyone. But at the same time, like, how I see it is a lot of these trappers will scam the fuck out of motherfuckers and will literally, like, not give a fuck about how they're treating people. And so it's like, you are judging me for my morals when you have no morals.
Right.
So who am I to stand here and feel bad about myself for something that society has placed on me when, like, literally everyone has no one is perfect.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And so I feel like when you become one with yourself and you realize that there's no reason to feel shame for what you feel comfortable doing, it just becomes a whole different ballgame.
And that was and on the application you mentioned sluts versus spirituality, and like I remember we talked about this before the interview about just being in tune with yourself, and that meaning you not giving a damn what anybody says about you because you know who you are as a person. Like what you do as a profession doesn't explain who you are as a person.
Right. It's kind of, you can explain it as kind of having your third eye open. It's like you really see the situation for what it is. And you realize the lack of importance of another person's word. And you realize the importance of your aura and your energy, because what you give out and what you think about yourself is what's going to be brought around you.
Right.
And so when you stop bringing that negative around you, or when you stop putting yourself into those situations where you feel uncomfortable because of the people judging you, or like you just stop putting importance on what other people say, and you just become that bitch in your head, that's what's going to play out in your life.
What do you think, what kind of girl do you think what's the question I put down? What's the type of girl you need to be to have an OnlyFans or start just camming or any of those things? What type of girl do you think you have to be?
I really think you need to have that self-confidence, number one. But the number two thing that you really need is just to be able to step over that hump of starting. so many girls will always say, oh my God, I want to do it. Oh my God, I want to do it. And we'll even make the account, but then be like, oh shit, now I need to do it.
Nah,
like,
yeah.
it's that like initial fear of stepping over, what are people going to think about me? Stepping over, can I get over the restrictions that society has placed on me? Like, can I actually do this? And once you do that and you see like the power it gives you, it really just opens you up to like the confidence. And so I think you need to have that confidence. You just need to do it, and you need to have a good business plan, because a lot of females and males will do it kind of just to be an OnlyFans girl.
Just to be, yeah.
Like, I don't know, just to show off a lot of times. Like, and I went through that too. I had a Snapchat premium for a while, and I originally went through it. I started it as a way to make more money, because I thought that I could switch audiences pretty easily between the two. And it just became something where I was using it more to show off what I was doing and who I was around than focusing on my craft and making money, the bigger picture. So if you don't believe that you can market to the audience that who's going to buy it, if you want to start it just to make that little change on the side, that little $100 a month to, you know, buy that wig, like, do you. But you really got to have that business plan and marketing plan in place and, like, focus on the bigger picture if you want it to work as a long-term income.
An interesting question just popped in my head. Wow. So you're actually giving a lot of great insight and advice to the women who want to try and do this out there that are going to be listening. The difference between, so let's put OnlyFans and camming right here, right? You make content, you take pictures, you take videos. Obviously, there's a difference between the two, but in a similar sense, it's kind of the same.
Right.
In a similar sense. Now, over here, you have actual porn, like where you're truly in your head, you're just a freak.
Yeah.
Like, you just love sex. You're damn near a sex addict. Where do you separate the two? Because honestly, you can put all three of them together. Obviously, you can, if you really want to, you could have sex on on the live cam. You can have people, like porn stars have sexual content, like they having sex on their OnlyFans.
Right.
Then you have just Pornhub, Xvideos, like all those porn sites. Where's the middle ground between them two? And like, where can you separate that at?
That's a good question.
Because I always think about, I'm sorry to cut you off, because I always think about, when I always see like women out there post their OnlyFans, I'm like, this is basically porn.
Right.
But just a shorter version of it. Like maybe the time limit's not that long. 'Cause most porn videos are like 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
And again, I've never purchased an OnlyFans, so I can only imagine the contents.
Come on now. Come on.
I can only imagine the contents maybe like a little bit less than that, you know?
Right.
Where's the middle ground when it comes to that?
I think in the porn industry, a lot of porn stars are in it for a long-term career. They have contracts with, like Vixen or different channels, and they're in it for the long term. Like, however long their body's going to hold up, they're going to be making porn because they're making that good money.
Making good bread, yeah.
And I think with camming and OnlyFans, at least from my perspective, a lot of females are using it as a way to kind of level up and get out of that the broke situation of a normal 20 or like 20 to 25-year-old.
So basically, like that section of OnlyFans and camming would be majority just not short term, but just like something to get a quick come up,
right?
Like a side hustle.
Not even a side hustle, but just like an in between of, I didn't want to finish school, so I know that I'm gonna need to have my savings stacked up for when I'm ready to start my entrepreneurial career. And I think that OnlyFans, that's how it can kind of be, like, compare to like people who trap and want to get out the game. Like, you are gonna stay in this until you have that money, until you're ready to get out. But I know a lot of females who aren't ready to start OnlyFans anytime soon, but also like you never know social media is gonna like fall apart or when an app's gonna fall apart. Like OnlyFans rose to the top and is in popular media, but we don't know how long that's gonna last, you know?
Right. And it's been like 3 years now, and again, all this stuff is getting normalized. Like I literally hear about females like wanting to start OnlyFans like almost every day.
Yeah.
I see like a new page, like some girls got OnlyFans. Like I know a couple girls from my high school got OnlyFans.
Right.
And I was just like, really?
And that's
what?
the thing, like a lot of them aren't having an OnlyFans to make thousands of dollars a month, or it's not like camming is my income. That's what I rely on monthly as my income. But a lot of them, we live in a different time where we can be open with our sexuality, and it's freeing to be able to post stuff like that, and to be able, and it does bring you a new confidence. And it sucks that a lot of times females are judged then when they do make OnlyFans, because like, oh my God, they're willing to share that? They're willing to put that out? Like, oh my God, I'm going to see her titties? Like, oh my God, I can't handle this. But it's like, what are you doing late at night? Like, I don't know. It's just, we judge certain people based on, like, who we have around us. So.
Right. Do you think you'll be in this game for a while longer, or maybe, I'm not going to say your whole life, obviously. Like, I don't know what you have planned in the future, but do you plan on doing this for a long time coming, or do you have any more like career plans? Because I know you mentioned you have Stunna Beauty on the way.
Stunna Beauty.
It's on the way. Coming soon.
Yeah, so I am working, well, I do see myself camming for the majority of my early 20s, right, because it is a consistent form of income and I can really stack my savings. And but I do want to eventually start my beauty company, and I'm starting that with opening my nail salon. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
And it's so empowering for a female who's 20 years old to pay all my bills by myself, you know, have my own place, have my own car, and be able to start this entrepreneurial journey that you don't necessarily need your education for, because you can do it on your own, like with your own money. You're not relying on a guy, you're not relying on anything. Mm-hmm. And it's like camming has opened that door for me. And so I don't see myself doing it forever, but until this good money runs out,
yeah, we're going to keep on camming, keep on scamming, keep on shaking this big body
for the tricks, though.
For the tricks and the players out there, man, you know what I'm saying? All week. I had another question for you. So obviously you're doing all this, making your money, staying independent, and doing what you have to do to survive. Has getting a man or a boyfriend in the equation ever like popped up to you? Like, do you think this stuff that you're doing right now would affect you like getting into a wholesome relationship?
Mm-hmm. It definitely has in the past, and I think it has changed my view. It's helped me mature very quickly to discover the type of man that I need in my life. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that as a blessing, and it's caused some hurt in the past, but like I'm never going to be out here in a toxic relationship because I just can't have a man who's insecure about it. And I'm not someone who is in relationship to relationship because this is what I do, and it makes a lot of men
very iffy.
Yeah, and iffy. It's like, oh, is she for the streets? Oh, like right. what is happening here? But
she for the streets.
But honestly, it's not a struggle in the end because I believe the universe will bring me the right man when it's time, and I don't have to worry about that because it's not on my time.
I was about to say, yeah, and
I'm not rushing into getting anything fake.
Would you? This is my last question. Actually, it's an interesting one. Would you get a boyfriend who had an OnlyFans and collab with him, like make content, but y'all are in a relationship, so it's.
Would he make content with only me?
With you, like would y'all make content
only me,
together?
Would he?
Like you and him, boyfriend.
Yeah.
And make this goo-wop.
I feel like that's like.
That might be the next level though, because people really do love porn. Like I know you know this for a fact. Like porn, sex sells, and porn's like. Porn is the number one streaming of entertainment.
Right.
In front of video games.
Right.
People
combine the two.
There's like, I looked at a statistic the other day, and it's like 4.3 billion streams of just porn, like damn near every day.
Right. What I would not do is take a regular ass man who doesn't have an OnlyFans or whatever, put him on my back, show him about this life, and have him build off me. Like, he would need to have his own little empire already, and
he wouldn't even have to join it. He could just go ahead and beat your cheeks up.
It's not my first choice, but I mean, hey, if you getting bred that way, I respect it.
All right, you gotta respect the hustle regardless.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Stunna, beauty shop coming soon. This is another episode of the Vibrations Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. You know I was gonna thank you regardless. Yeah, I told you. I gotta ease my way into it, man. Let me restart that, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank Miss AJ Stunna for coming on the show. We really do appreciate you. We appreciate your insight and just giving everybody a vast just insight on the topic at hand.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We thank you very much for coming on the show. This is another episode of the Vibrations Podcast. Your boy EJ, a.k.a. Dos Hendricks. Follow me on the gram. Follow AJ Stunna on Instagram. Was it Amelia123?
Amelia W123.
Amelia W123. We're going to put it in the section below, above, wherever Shaun puts it. Shout out my shooter, Hibachi Bugs, in the background, man. Without him, this really wouldn't even be possible. So we'd like to thank you guys for watching this episode. And, man, y'all tune in for the next one.